So as you all definitely already know, a recent update came out to CSGO that nerfed both the M4A1S and surprisingly the AWP. This is actually kind of a funny story because a couple days before this update came out, someone asked me if they should invest in M4A4s because they thought that it would get nerfed. And I said that I didn't think that it was going to be nerfed. And well, that aged like milk. It got nerfed like 2 days later. But the only reason I'm saying this is just to prove the point that nothing in this video is financial advice. I clearly have been wrong many times in the past. Hopefully I won't be, but it's definitely a possibility. But just make sure you do your research before you invest into anything, and don't just believe one random person on the internet. But yeah, today I'm going to be talking about the new update, the M4A1S, and the AWP, and the implications of it when it comes to investing in CS.
Are you looking for low float skins for trade ups? Check out today's sponsor, SkinsMonkey. It's a very convenient trading bot site that charges no overpay for floats. I found these two 0.01 consumer skins and used code TechSavvy for a 35% deposit bonus when depositing, and got the tradable skins instantly. Oh, and did I mention that if you're new to the site, you get a $5 bonus to trade with? You do have to trade to activate it, but it's a little bit of extra. But don't worry if you don't have any skins. The site's always running at least 3 giveaways, so there's definitely something for you as well. So check out SkinsMonkey through my link in the description and the pinned comment.
So I know I'm a couple days late to this, but I just wanted to dig a little bit deeper when it comes to the release notes. So the AWP magazine now holds 5 bullets instead of 10. This is pretty straightforward, so basically you're gonna have to reload twice as often because you only have 5 bullets in the magazine. Now the change to the M4A1S is a little bit more difficult to understand. So the change was that the range modifier was lowered from 0.99 to 0.94. Now this is kind of a damage fall off coefficient. So the larger this number, the less the damage falls off with distance. So the number was changed so that it became smaller. So what this means is that the new M4, as you shoot further and further away, is going to deal less damage the further you are from your target. So in close quarters combat, there basically wasn't even a change at all. However, as you move further, the effects are larger and larger. And the change is actually pretty massive, so it may only seem like a 5% change, but going from 0.99, which is effectively 0 fall off, to 0.94 is a pretty drastic difference. Now, as expected, this did in fact cause everyone to start panic selling their M4A1Ss and putting that money straight into M4A4 skins. And of course, what this means is that M4A1S prices started to tank and M4A4 prices spiked. Now this is all great if you have a bunch of M4A4s, however you need to not forget that this is not a natural price increase. And when something increases in price unnaturally, it is bound to come back down to earth. And I'm not just saying this as like investment buzzwords and stuff, but I'm saying this because we are literally reliving history right now. So back in June of 2022, the M4A1S got a magazine size decrease from 25 to 20, and the same thing happened. M4A4 skins skyrocketed and M4A1S skins tanked. And what happened a couple days later? The market corrected itself. So here's what I'm doing. I'm taking all of my M4A4 skins that are not special in terms of float or anything, and I'm just selling them right now. And again, not financial advice, but I'd suggest you do the same, because if you don't and prices come crashing down, you're gonna be very sad that you didn't sell for the higher price right now. And there's 2 things that you could do with the balance. One's riskier than the other, so you could just keep the balance and once prices come back down, rebuy the M4 if you want to have the skin. Or if you want to be really risky about it, although this is not what I'm doing, then you can buy M4A1S skins because those will also most likely be corrected. Although this is not as set in stone as the fact that the M4s are going to come back down, because you all know buy low, sell high. So if we sell high, we want to buy something low, and what's low right now? M4A1Ss. But again, this is not what I'm doing, and this is really risky, so I can't recommend doing this at all. So as they say, hindsight is 20/20, and we do have hindsight this time because pretty much the exact same thing happened back in June. And now let's talk a little bit about the AWP. So the change is that the magazine now only holds 5 bullets instead of 10. And this is a pretty massive change because up until now, you really didn't have to reload the AWP pretty much at all during a game. But now if you're facing a 1 stack on a site against 5 people, if you miss just 1 shot, you're gonna have to reload to get them all. But despite how big this change seems, the prices only went down a tiny bit. So why is that? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. So with the M4A1, there is a very clear other option that you could choose from, the M4A4. However, with the op, it's pretty much the only thing in its class. Nothing is gonna one-shot an enemy in the body, and while the scout does it in the head, it's a lot harder to use because obviously a head is gonna be way smaller than a body. So that's why prices haven't gone down. There's nothing to replace the op, so people don't feel the need to sell it. And as long as the op is reasonably usable, people are gonna use it because there's simply no replacement. So because of this, I am holding my ops very comfortably and I don't feel a need to sell them at all. So take away from this video what you will, but again, I'm selling my M4A4s and I'm keeping my ops. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash the like button and I'll see you in the next one.
Subscribe to Tech Savvy Scientist for ultimate luck.
Oh yeah, one more thing for all of you who watch until the end. M4A4 prices have risen and most of the trade up input items for them have not. So that means a bunch of M4A4 trade ups just got a lot more profitable. Comment something with the word better trade up in it, so that I know that you watched until the end. But that's it, and I'll see you in the next one.